Hello and welcome to Coffee Collaboration from Seattle Coffee Year. My name's Clementine and I'm going to be making coffee in front of your face today. Welcome to the show. So today, you're in for a real ride, cats. Hold on to your horses. It's just going to be intense. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be making coffee with milk. So this idea comes to us from commenter John Doe. John Doe suggested, hey, can you make a pour over with milk instead of water? In fact, this wasn't really a suggestion. This was a recipe that he had tried at home himself. You can actually look up in the past. Gail has done a pour over with milk before, and she was a fan. So if you're interested in doing that, you really just need to be careful about how you clean your gooseneck kettle. If you want to try it a different way, there's a couple of other methods that you can use. So today we're going to be using a French press, and we're going to brew our French press with milk instead of water. Over the course of last night, I also set us up with a cold brew. So I made this cold brew the way that you normally would make a cold brew, but instead of water, I popped in some milk and then I put it in the refrigerator. Unlike other cold brew methods, that tricky trick that you can sometimes do where you leave the cold brew out on the countertop to let it seep in a little bit warmer temperatures, you're definitely not going to want to do that with milk. Go ahead and put that puppy in the refrigerator. And it still works. I would leave it maybe a little bit longer than you would if you were going to leave it on the countertop. So maybe like a 12-hour brew time instead of 8. So there we go. It turned out pretty good. It's a little bit light. I might have wanted to leave it a little bit longer, put it in a little bit earlier, but we'll try this one out at the end of the video today. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make us our French press with milk. So here we go. Things that you're going to need is a 1:16 ratio. So what I've gone ahead and measured out, 13.2 grams of coffee. We're using Dogwood's mixtape coffee. I'm a big fan of Dogwood because it tastes good. And then we've got whole milk that we're going to be brewing up right here. So the tricky part is you're going to want to have your milk to the right temperature without burning it. So the tricky thing about it is how do you do that? There's a couple of things you can do. If you want to use a microwave at home, like I probably would, I'd probably just go home, pop it in the microwave, and then like make a French press with it. Not everybody's going to want to do that. Like, geez, what's his name? What's that one dude's name? Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay. If you're Gordon Ramsay, you're going to avoid the microwave. If you're Clementine, you're not. So, but I also don't have a microwave here, and we do have a steam wand. So here's where it gets topsy-tricky. Typically, when you're aerating milk, you're going to want to aerate it. You're going to want to fill it with air. We're just trying to heat it up, though. We're trying to get it to a good temperature, and we don't really need the milk to aerate all that much. So you kind of have to know what the sounds are indicating when you're steaming. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so we've got our 32. Let's start at the beginning, though, while we're brewing. We've got our 32.2 grams of coffee. We've got our 515 grams of milk. They were both measured in grams, so there you go. That's what they are. And I'm going to grind our coffee to a coarse grind. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, I probably should have put the lid on. Definitely recommend lids as a, general policy. Okay, and then you just go ahead and you plop your coffee in. Okay. And you can see inside there that it really is coarse. And that's what you want for a French press. Unlike espresso, or Turkish coffee, which might sort of be the opposite extraction process, espresso, you're forcing the water through the coffee beans, the ground coffee, so you're not allowing the water to spend very much time with your coffee, so you want the grounds to be finer. In the case of a French press, you're going to let the coffee steep for 4 minutes. So in that case, if it's too fine, it will over-extract. So you want the coffee grounds to be larger. So that's ready. Step number 2 in this process is to heat up the milk. Okay, so we've got our handy little thermometer here. Typically when you're brewing coffee, you want it to get to 200 degrees, but we don't want to burn the milk. So I'm going to actually try and get it to about 140, somewhere between 140 and 160. You'll see in Gail's video that she went to 140. So, okay, so when you're steaming your milk, if you're going to choose to do it this way, just avoid aerating it as much as you can, because it's already going to be pretty full in your pitcher. And the more aeration you add to the milk, the higher it's going to come up. So here we go. I'm going to aerate it for a second so it's not screaming at me, and then I'm going to dunk it under the surface until it gets to temperature. Great. Made some scary noises there. Thought I was going to die, but we're fine. So, okay. I'd say it grew about an inch, and it made it all the way up to about 150 degrees. So before it cools down too much, what I'm going to do is add it to our coffee grounds. Okay, and then I'm going to mix it up like a French press, like a regular French press. And then we're going to set a 4-minute timer with my phone. All right, so we've got our 4-minute timer going, and then once that goes off, we're going to come back and press the coffee down. So we'll be right back. All right, so we're all set. It's been about 4 minutes, so let's press this down. Whenever you're pressing down a French press, try and go slow. Okay. So again, we've also got our cold brew coffee over here. So let's actually try them side by side. This, we made this in the rumble jar. It's kind of cool because you just put the coffee in the middle and then pour the milk over the top and let it sit. It's like really, 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 really easy. Okay. All right. Let's begin. Step number 1. let's have our cold brew. It's the same coffee, mixtape from Dogwood, cold brew versus French press. Brewed with a milk extraction. They're both really light. So let's see what they taste like. It's good. Tastes good. It tastes good. Tastes great. Tastes like coffee. Tastes like coffee with milk. Tastes like coffee with milk. Creamy coffee. Tastes really good. So, hot coffee versus cold coffee. They both taste like coffee, and they taste like coffee with milk. So that's delicious. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to just use milk instead of water, you can probably use alternative milk too. And it's a snap. It's really easy to do. You can do it at home. You can do it on the go. If you have a good place to store your milk. It's about as easy as anything else, and it tastes just a creamier cup. So there you go. Not impossible. Not horrifying. Not totally weird. Just a creamy cup. What happens if you drink them both at the same time? Probably you spill all over your shirt. Let's give it a try. I'm not going to do that. I just feel like I figured that out in the 2nd grade. We all know what's going to happen. Okay. All right, I got it. That's interesting. Definitely would recommend drinking 2 different brew styles made with milk at the same time. That is a unique experience. All right, thanks for sharing this moment with me, everyone. It's been a blast. Okay, well, go ahead and, feel free, and if you want to, definitely click the like button. Also click the subscribe button while you're at it. I think they're like an inch apart, so, click them. And then also leave a comment if you have any thoughts, feelings, or concerns. We'd love to hear about them. Or if you just feel like saying hi, hello to you too. So, all right. Thanks for coming by and watching me drink coffee. Have a fantastic day. Bye.